Welcome back to Airsoft GI TV. I'm here with Frank, who is our sales manager here. He's also the head technician, and he's also the pioneer behind the Airsoft GI G4 series. So today we're going to pick his brain a little bit to find out why he created this gun. So Frank, I want to start off with G&G. They're the OEM manufacturer for these parts. Why was G&G selected to build your gun?
Okay, G&G is selected because, recently they've been doing a really good job for us. Their standard AEG lines have been moving very well for us. Their quality is superior than a lot of the other Chinese manufacturers. Being a manufacturer in Taiwan, they do have a better quality control overall on all of their products. So we see a product or a base that doesn't have too many failures. It actually performs quite nice out of the box, and just overall great platform to build off.
Gotcha. So you felt comfortable putting your name on this gun, knowing that G&G OEM the parts for you.
That's correct.
Okay, Frank, one more thing that I noticed is the Daniel Defense rail system is on almost every single one of the G4 series. Why'd you choose this rail system? What makes this one so special?
Okay, well, let me remind you, this Daniel Defense doesn't make this rail. SOCOM Gear makes the rail. Okay. Now, SOCOM Gear or Mad Bull, they do make very, very, very well-made rails for airsoft guns. Mm-hmm. Because of that, they went knocking on Daniel Defense's door. Daniel Defense said, okay, go ahead, you can go ahead and put my name on one of your rails if you want to make a replica, and then, the product of that is we have a officially licensed Daniel Defense rail, but made for airsoft, not a real firearm.
Okay, so it's made by SOCOM Gear. Daniel Defense said, it's okay, you make good stuff, so I can put my name on your stuff, and that's why you chose it for the realism?
Yeah, we chose it for the realism and, of course, the quality. Daniel Defense, they make their rail systems. This in particular is going to be the light series. Mm-hmm. Okay, now in the real firearm world, Daniel Defense does boast that it is the lightest rail system they make for mm-hmm. any AR or M4, any variant. Okay. So as far as airsoft is concerned, that's also a plus. Okay. If you're out on the field all day, you have one of those 2-3 hour scenarios or something like that, you don't want to be walking around with a heavy airsoft gun. Mm-hmm. We're not in the military, we're not used to that. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So it keeps the overall weight of the airsoft gun down. Yeah. And like the 9-inch version right here, it actually gives you more real estate to mount different accessories.
Okay. So it looks good, it's functional, it's realistic. There's really no better alternative.
No, there isn't.
Okay, Frank. The model that we have in front of us is the G4A1. Okay, can you tell us what inspired you to make this gun? Where does your inspiration come from?
Okay. Well, basically the inspiration for each one of the G4 series is being an airsoft player that I am also. Each gun in the G4 series is basically modeled for a particular situation. G4A1 that we have here is more of a versatile, all-purpose airsoft gun. Mm-hmm. It's a carbine length, which gives you pretty decent, range and accuracy out on the field. However, when you go into a CQB environment, it's not so long and cumbersome that you're knocking it on walls. You're popping, half your gun sticking out, mm-hmm. Out of cover, before you actually pop out to try to shoot. Mm-hmm. So. Basically, like the G4A2 would be like our short CQB only version, mm-hmm. and the A5 DMR would be basically our out-of-the-box long range accuracy sniper.
Okay.
Deal.
What makes it a DMR? Besides its range, what does it have that makes it a DMR?
Okay. Well, the DMR does come with a longer barrel, and it does have a 5.09 millimeter barrel. So. If you don't understand what that means, that's basically an M16 barrel. Mm-hmm. And we do include a 6.03 precision barrel with that model.
Okay, so it already comes with a Type 4 barrel. It's a DMR, so it's made for long range. So that really just designated marksman. That's what that one is for.
Correct.
Awesome, Frank. Well, I want to thank you for your time.
Okay.